Summer's calling.
Historic Lambeau Field fittingly it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Green Bay Packers. Brandon Gondon, Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Here now is Cam Little out to get us started. And off we go from Lambeau. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And at the start of Jordan Love's NFL career, he had one of the best seats in the stadium watching Aaron Rodgers work. But now he's looking for more than that. Rocket arm, big play potential. And he wants to show this organization that he's capable of being a dependable starter for the foreseeable future.
Here's Love looking to pass on the first point. Got Dobbs over the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Down to about the 32.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 7. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down.
It tells they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Counter play with Jacobs. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Love looking to throw it. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
At the 1-yard line.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Jacobs, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Touchdown, Packers! Romeo Doubs from 4 yards out. And the Packers post the first to the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the 1st quarter before we spilled into the 2nd, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. That time, a 9-play drive. And that drive capped off with a Romeo Doubs touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And now with still more than a minute to go, what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Here's Lawrence to throw. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of bounds for his offense.
Open man, this is Brenton Strange, the tight end. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now Lawrence. That's to the left side, taken in by Hunter. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 7.
In motion left goes Myers. Lawrence will throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Myers. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
Well, that's one way and a good way to get things going offensively. One play in and they're already on the move. The defense, they're hoping that's not a sign of things to come as this game unfolds.
And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. Seconds to go before intermission. Now this aired out deep for Reed. Try to drop one in, but it's incomplete. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Second half starts with a run by Etienne. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Now he'll tuck this and run. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a first down. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the fourth. On second down, ETN once more. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Well, I would have figured up to the 9-yard run on the previous play. Getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was. And now it's third down.
The Lambeau faithful making as much noise as they can. It's third down. Throwing now, Lawrence. Working the middle of the field, and he's a man complete. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Jacksonville.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. First and 10 here. Lawrence. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Jags are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That's another Jaguars first down.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Here's Lawrence. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brenton Strange, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the fourth quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Extra point right down the middle. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here's Love and the Packers. Down 10-7. Exactly 1 minute remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Here's Love. To Dobbs, and he hauls it in. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's first and 10 now. Love looking to throw it. Now he's going to step up and run. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. The clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Love. And his throw is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Here now, 3rd down. Now Love. Pass taken in by his big tight end. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
They'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he's got it. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard
line. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here.
19-yard attempt.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finisher as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Back to throw, Lawrence. Here we go, this to avoid overtime. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial.
Chester, sending love from my bass compressor. Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up if I'm under pressure. I don't really want to brag, I'm just telling that I'm leaving with a bag. How high to the scarred and the strange, from the outlaw that I'll never get to. Fix the beats from the private plane, sign this legal with a lobster hand. Freestyle like a bowling pin, flex these bars on a dolphin fin. Life's too short, but I can't complain. Doing backflips on the
So advantaged Packers here. They'll possess the ball first with a chance to win it here in overtime. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
First throw in overtime for Love. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Now a timeout called for by the offense. We'll be left with just one remaining here at OT.
At the Jaguars' 41-yard line.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated.
Behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 yards. It's 3rd and 9.
Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. Love. He will have the 1st down and a bit more. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet. They finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. To throw now. Here's Love. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I have 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now remember again, a touchdown wouldn't win it just yet, but it can give them a big leg up. It's 2nd down. Firing quickly out wide is Love. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It'll be their 2nd and 5 timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Going back to Love. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsom. And the Jags are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Boy, that is just an absolute crushing blow, Charles. They're already in field goal range with the seconds ticking away, and they throw the interception.
And I just wonder how they're going to handle that in the locker room and what they're going to talk about in a team meeting because, one, the play call in that situation, you got a chance for a field goal, and two, actually throwing the interception. It's going to be a lot to unpack with this team when they get together.
It completes it to Hunter. And the defense defense here, giving him no recourse but to get out of bounds after a gain of just a yard. This being their second opportunity in overtime, third overall drive, see if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few first downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet, this playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation, now's their time.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
It's third down. And 9 yards to go.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now Lawrence gets this to Myers. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And we're going to get whistles in a timeout with 3 seconds left in the extra session.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Now Lawrence to throw. Pass complete. Thomas. 1 overtime. How about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment. Now a 2nd and 10. Lawrence running right on the option. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
That's a gain of 3.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Lawrence. Off to Thomas on the left side. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
A 7-yard gain.
They bring pressure there on third down, but this is a nice job of picking it up and making sure their guy has time to deliver the football. And they wind up getting the first down.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. ETN up the middle. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Lawrence to throw. That one complete downfield to Thomas. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans streaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, David.
I kind of figured that was coming.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Lambeau.
Can't find the ground no matter